Good morning. Welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court. I'm going to start over because everybody's connecting to audio. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. Oh, goodness.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Just a moment. We got some technology doesn't work quite right. So there we go. There we go. Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. Sorry about that hiccup. Technology is not always perfect. Have it. So I do want to give you some basic information before we get started. I do want to let you know that when you are given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. If you're online, let's make sure that your video is appropriately situated. Thank you, Mr. Freehill. And so I do want to basically give you information and let you know that we're running 2 dockets this morning. When you're given a ticket, that's an accusation. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or response to that accusation. There are 3 options for pleading. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this. If you plead no contest, you're allowing me to find you guilty without admitting or denying the offense. If you plead not guilty, you're actually saying, Judge, I want a trial. You're asking that the case be proven against you. And so if you plead guilty or no contest, I'll move into sentencing today, and I'll talk about sentencing options in just a moment. If you plead not guilty, then we're moving that case toward trial, and we start with a pretrial online. Today, that's happening. And we also have an in-court pretrial where we schedule the cases, schedule any motions, and so forth. So that is at least a 2-step process before we get to the trial point. But one of those is online, which is a little bit more convenient. And a number of you are here for that docket, and I'll get that docket started in a moment. It really is a breakout room. You'll be sent an invitation one at a time to that breakout room. I have a few people that I haven't been able to identify. I want to just go ahead and check in and see what you're here for, what's the case. So lady on screen, Kay Tibbett, if you could just unmute for a moment, let me know the case you're here for.
I'm here for, and my name is actually Kelly Baruman. And
oh, there you go. That's your case. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I just, with that name, I didn't know who it was for and how to call it. Let me go ahead and rename that for just purposes of this meeting. Gotcha. Okay. And another person identified as, let me find it again, Dolores. Looks like wound up getting off, so I'll move on. Person named Shay H or Shay. Let me just ask you to unmute. If you've got video, that would help. Could you let me know your name, please?
My name is Tytiara Hall.
Ms. Hall, thank you. I see you here on the docket. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And then a gentleman named Dolores on the screen. There we are. If you could just let me know the name of your name, please. Sorry, you were muted again. You were unmuted, but then it got muted again. You keep unmuting and muting. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
All right. I'm not good with technology, I guess. I'm not quite sure why it's showing up as Dolores, unless it's, but that's
Doesn't
my
matter.
wife's name.
It doesn't matter. What is your name?
But it's Dennis Raymer.
Okay, Mr. Raymer, thank you. I've got you down. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And then there was a person on, I guess they've gone off. Oh, there you are, sir, named iPhone. So I'm asking you specifically to unmute, and if you could tell me your name, please. Gentleman with the ball cap, white mustache. Yes, could you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name, please?
Talking to me. My
Yes,
name's Benny Bowman.
Bomer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Bowman, Mr. Bowman, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't keep track if I don't know who folks are, so it helps. Okay. And let's see. Okay. And then I have a few folks who just showed up. Mr. Brown, who is he here for again? Let me let folks in. Folks who logged in later. Vetted. So just to recap, guilty, not guilty, and I do want to go ahead and let you know a few things about pleading options, but I will, Ms. Warren, Mr. Brown was here earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and add him into the room here in a moment. He's here on the Navarro case, and he's been diligent. He logged in last week as well. And so I'll go ahead and create that breakout room while I talk about options to folks. Because I know that he knows those options, and he was actually earlier and then now. This is looking different than it usually does. Okay. So let me go ahead and let them begin that because he was here earlier. And then, and as well as last week. So just to recap on those three pleas, if you plead guilty or no contest, I'll move forward with sentencing. If you plead not guilty, I move that case onto the pretrial docket. And so I just want to give you some basic information about sentencing. When you plead guilty or no contest, there are still 4 ways to keep the item off your record. And I just want to let you know how those function, how that works. There are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. If you have something like that, I'll let you know. You normally have to have hit your court date on time or early in order to qualify for that option. And I'm looking for those dismissals to see if I can get you to that point. And if I can get you there, I will. You're welcome to ask me questions about that, but I'm not going to wait for your question. I'm going to actually just take the ball and try to run with it and see how far we get. That's compliance dismissal. Driver safety course options, again, I will look for that option and see if you're qualified. There's just a lot of detail in the law about who's qualified, and I don't expect people to have that detailed information just at their fingertips, but you're welcome to ask about it. Just be assured that I'm not going to wait for your question. I'll start trying to get you to those options because they save you money and they keep the item off your record. And I do make certain assumptions about folks in court. One of those assumptions, these aren't all of the assumptions I make, but one of them is that most people probably want to save money if they can, okay? And most people probably want to address their record if they can. And sometimes that's, 2 things together. Now, some people plead not guilty, and that's a different process, okay? But if you plead guilty or no contest, I make those assumptions that folks want to perhaps save money and perhaps keep it off their record. Sometimes people don't feel that way. I just, most people probably do. So I make that kind of general assumption. If I'm trying to push you to do something like come back in with a bunch of information and you just want to pay your ticket, you can do that. Because I do make those kinds of assumptions. So compliance and driver safety. Deferred dispositions are cases that can be brought up to date and dismissed. I'm sorry, not that's compliance. Deferred dispositions are cases that eventually wind up in a dismissal. Deferred means delay, and disposition means to make a final finding. So I delay the finding of guilty or no contest, and I put you on what kind of people call it probation. It's not really probation, but people think about it like that you have an ongoing duty to keep in touch with us, not get any more tickets, not get arrested. Sometimes there's a class, sometimes there's a record that we need as a condition, and we also need to address payment of fines and costs, which is person specific. But with a deferred disposition, at the end of your deferral period, which is up to 6 months, you can have the case dismissed from your record and you don't incur a conviction. If you do the things that are listed in your court order, which you will have a copy of, so you can follow it. But people often wonder, how do I get a deferred disposition? And the answer is that in a Class C court in Texas, you can ask for a deferred disposition from the judge, and the judge can grant it directly, or you can ask from the prosecution, and they might be willing to recommend that. Okay, so there are two ways to kind of go about that. Okay. So on a plea of guilty or no contest and a request for a deferred disposition, I will entertain your request. The way that would look, people sometimes wonder, what do I do? What are the words that I need to say? Because it can make people nervous to be in court. Guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. It's really that simple. So if I don't hear you asking for a deferred, I generally will assume, here's another assumption that I like to disclose, that you're not wanting to go through that process to gain that dismissal that way. Okay. So deferred dispositions speak up at the time that you enter a plea. Okay. And then the fourth option is teen court. Teen court is for students who are in high school, middle school, in short, heading to a diploma. I'm not sure there are a bunch of people today for teen court option, but if I see a young person, I'll be asking and pushing for that option. It's a way for young people to take responsibility and gain a dismissal without just parents paying for a ticket, which is more likely to lead in the young person reoffending. So what we know is that if a young person takes responsibility, they're less likely to reoffend. So on a plea of guilty or no contest, again, I'm probably pushing that option because I assume people want to take the most efficient way to not wind up in court again. It does save the family money and it does result in a dismissal. So I'll be looking for those students out there. Ms. Warren, I see that you and Mr. Brown have conferred. Let me pull the Navarro file real quick and see where we are. Hold on. There are two unreasonable noise charges, but I see representation only on one. So I do want to clarify that real quickly, where we are on that.
On the unreasonable noise charge, the offense date was April 18th, 2021 is the one I have.
Yes.
Mr. Brown is asking for discovery.
And Mr. Brown, I'm not sure if you know, but your client has a case 4 days prior on April 14th. And right now, let me just check the status. Sometimes, there's a disconnect.
I'll take both cases. I wasn't aware of the second case, but I will represent her on all cases she has pending.
Okay, it is pending. So, and sometimes that's what y'all both thought happened, and we got a letter that didn't help us clarify. So I just thought I would ask that. I think on our next date, what we have is a in-court meeting coming up in August 25th at 1. Ms. Warren, I'm going to schedule the discovery for that date, and I'm going to add discovery. I'm assuming discovery on both cases. So we'll put those on the discovery docket for that August 25th timeframe. And I forgot to check the date. I mean, the time exactly is going to be at 1 o'clock.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Warren, anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will update the offer to you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
And thank you for that, Ms. Warren. And I'm just making notes about just add that case on, put this in the April 14th file and set discovery on that same date. We will email that out to you, Mr. Brown, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate
You're
it.
good. You're good to withdraw, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Ms. Warren, just moving you forward, Letitia Ortiz, we were having a little bit of a problem with her connecting to the audio, but it looks like that's probably, Ms. Ortiz, we can see you, but we can't, oh, there's to Chris Ortiz.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
y'all
her,
con-
I'm her son.
Right, is she with you?
No, she's actually in California and I'm in Texas.
Right. Yeah, well, you can't represent her unless you're an attorney. Is she hearing impaired?
She what?
Is there a disability that we're addressing through the?
Oh no, she it's just her the language barrier sometimes. But yeah, that and then the tech, of course, she may not be able to hear or actually talk on there though.
Then how are you going to talk to her?
Well, I was going to call her, but she's on her phone though. But I mean, I'm the one who filed the paperwork and everything and gets the
Right. Well, I mean, we receive paperwork. We don't know. I mean, if you came and tried to represent her, we would turn you. Can't represent somebody unless you're a member of the bar. We can get a translator. And sometimes Ms. Warren might let you translate, but I don't see how that's going to work if she can't hear you. So, you know, I think what would be best is I'm going to have to reschedule. I don't see a way. Well, you know, you're technically breaking the law trying to represent her. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't be a lawyer if you're not a lawyer in Texas. You don't get to just do that. So, I mean, I'm not threatening you. I can't proceed though. You know, I'm not allowed to permit that.
Okay, so but if we were together, I can go ahead and speak with her.
I mean, if the state lets you sit in a room and translate,
I don't mind that.
I don't mind.
I don't mind both of us going into the room, and if
Well,
he
me
wants to
neither.
help his mother, it's fine.
I don't mind asking you that. It's just that he doesn't have a way to talk to her.
Yeah, it's just that she's on Zoom on the phone, and of course that would interrupt this.
He basically.
But they can both hear us, right? If we go into the room, they can both.
Ortiz, wave if you can hear us.
I can hear you.
No, Ms. Ortiz.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Wave if you can hear us.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Ortiz,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
have audio connection to her? You just told me you didn't.
No, I do not.
I think that what Ms. Warren is saying is generous, that if you want to help translate, she's willing to do that and err on the side of being generous to you. But if you're just talking to the prosecution, then you're representing her.
Okay.
That we don't get to do that as lawyers. We're literally legally bound to not do that. So if y'all want to get off for a minute, talk to one another and figure out maybe if y'all can get on the same like a phone call together.
Yes.
If she's audibly on the call and you're visually and audibly on the call, that is possible according to the guidelines we have. And I can put you back in line if y'all log back in. Okay.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate
I'll take y'all off, but you explain to her why I'm taking her off and you call her and talk to her.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see if we can resolve it. We're going to be here a few minutes. So when I see you coming back in, I'll see how we're doing. Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, well, maybe we'll get that resolved. So, Ms. Warren, I'll move to the next person, which is Mark Harris, and he's been waiting. Mr. Harris, I'm going to send you an invitation. What I'll tell you is if you move around a lot, you'll have trouble with the connection. But sending you to that invited room 1. And I'm going to admit a few people.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to sit down. Just a second.
Yeah, you'll need to accept the invitation. It's on your screen. Okay, let me get the folks that logged in. I do want to ask the person, phone number ending in 649. You just came in, and if you could unmute and tell me who you are, I'll keep you in the meeting. And 856, same. Unmute yourself and tell me who you are.
Morse V's.
Okay, I thought we already had you. Are you also on a phone?
No, ma'am, I'm on my computer.
Yeah, I already have you.
Oh,
Is your phone number ending in 649 or
No, ma'am,
856? Okay, that's who I'm talking to, though.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just
I
I'm
could
trying
barely
to
hear you coming in and out. It's
Yeah.
I'm okay.
turn up your volume. Okay, 856. Okay, 649. Who are you?
She's going in and out here. It's her voice, not me.
649. Could you
ma'am?
tell me? Yes. Tell me your name,
hello?
please. Yes, what's your name?
Rufus Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson. I've got you in line. There's a few people ahead of you who logged in earlier, okay? But we'll be with you shortly.
Man, okay, that's fine. I just had such a long time trying to get in here because I don't know anything about Zoom. But
Well,
I'm
you
here
were
now,
just
I guess.
waiting. You were waiting because you logged in kind of late, but we got you. We'll be with you soon.
Okay.
Just hold tight, listen, and wait, okay?
Oh, okay.
And 856 phone, 856. Could you unmute, please? Tell me who you are. Okay. Well, we're going to continue. So I'm just going to start working with folks, and what people find is that it's kind of helpful to listen. As I work with people, you get a stronger sense of what's happening and how things work. But I have Robert South, and Mr. South, if you can unmute, I'm pulling your file. Well, I did have Mr. South. There he is. Hi, sir. How are you today?
Hi,
I'm Judge Person.
how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I did review your file. I did see your plea of no contest to the no insurance charge. And what I'm sort of figuring out is that, while you've requested a payment plan, it looks definitely difficult to do that. And I actually have, because of your circumstances, the ability to order community service because I can find that you're not able to make payment. And if I did that, it would be 14 hours of community service. Do you want to do that?
According to for my income thing, what isn't on there was my kids get disability, so I didn't add those to the
Okay,
to the
could you tell me
income.
those? Please tell me those amounts.
Yeah, they're about 800 for both for each. So
You have that.
1,600.
You have that listed as also your spouse's income, the same amount. Is that also true?
Yeah, those three all have 800 apiece.
Oh, so times 3.
Yeah.
Okay, that significantly changes things. And so yes, I could approve the $50 a month payment plan that you requested. Is that your request today?
Yes.
Okay, and I can email that payment plan and have you sign for it through the email, keep you from having to come over here. I see you're in Belton. Do you want to have us email it? You'd have to email it back, say in the next hour, sign off on it.
Yes, that'll work. Thank you.
Okay, what's a good day of the month to do that payment?
The 19th would be the best for me to actually make that payment.
Okay, on the night, beginning on the 19th?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start it there and then it'll just be every month on the 19th, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and then I'll just make a note. We're going to use the email that you used to receive the meeting invitation for today. Is that a
Okay, yeah,
good
that
email?
works.
Okay, all right, then we're emailing. And thank you so much, Mr.
All right, thank you.
I'll remove you from the meeting unless you have questions.
All right, no, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, just moving forward, I'll pull the file for Jeremy Freehill because I do have him next. Mr. Freehill, if you'll unmute and give me just a moment to get your file out. I did review your information. Where did he go?
I'm right here.
There you go. Oh, it moves around a lot, so it's always
Yeah.
an interesting layer of disorientation. Okay, so I did review everything. I had a couple of questions. I would confirm too. I received guilty pleas on all of the cases, 4 of
Yeah.
which are warrant. 2 were slightly newer in April that did not have warrants. Okay, and you did plead guilty on all of the charges. Is that your understanding? Well,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. And then I did receive one thing I had a question about. Your wife,
Okay.
is she working?
She does DoorDash.
Okay, so
and she's still in
sometimes,
school.
sorry?
And she's also in school.
Okay. Do you know like a general income level that she might be hitting?
It really would depend on the availability of dashes when it's I would say on average somewhere around $200-300 a week when there's schedules.
Right.
Because she's also going to school full time.
I'll put kind of a low range just to kind of make a thought in my mind. You also listed child support, but no children. And I'm thinking, do you pay child support or do you receive child support?
No, I pay child support. I might have missed not putting that in there.
Okay.
My
That's a
my daughter
common,
doesn't live with me. She lives with her mother. I guess that's why I didn't put her on there, but I do pay child support. Yes, ma'am.
is that taken out of your paycheck or is it something that you pay separately?
No, I send it to the state.
Okay. All right. It's just you have it as income, but I'll move it over to the outgoing column. Okay.
Yeah, I probably misunderstood.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's really common. People misunderstand that, but there's just not a better way how we have it on there. I've looked at different ways. It's not unusual. So I'm just used to asking about it and it makes it clearer for me. I like to know what, what's really going on, or I can't really do a very good job of assessing what we need to do. Do y'all receive any kind of food stamps or assistance?
I have an application that I'm filling out, but I haven't sent it in yet. Don't know if it would be approved. Based on the fact that my wife didn't qualify for FAFSA, I'm imagining that they're going to tell us that we make too much.
Okay, that's good information. And then I guess my last question is your no children besides the one that you're paying child support for?
No, my wife and I have been trying, but not having very much success. So no.
You will. Please excuse me. Thank you. Sorry about that. Very unexpected.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm still showing we could do a low payment. You've proposed higher than I think would be appropriate. But I could do a smaller payment, and then if you found that you could pay more, you could always just pay it down and get out from under it faster. We certainly don't charge interest.
Okay.
But I would say at your position, are you paid every 2 weeks? It looks like.
That's my paychecks are every 2 weeks. Yes, ma'am.
What day of the week are you paid?
Technically we get paid on Friday, but my bank actually puts it through on Thursday. So I actually get my paycheck a day early.
So every other Friday would work for you, though.
Yes, that would be correct.
We could do $20 every other Friday.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
And then if you find, that it works for you to do more than that, we certainly won't stop you.
Okay.
It'll just be something that you do and get done faster.
Okay.
And that usually works pretty well for people, especially you have such a variable with your wife's income. I think that would make the most sense.
Okay.
This Friday or next Friday, do you get get paid?
Next Friday would be best for me if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine. Every 2 weeks, beginning on the 9th.
Okay.
And we did use an email to send you the meeting information for today.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we could send it to that email, and if you could print it, sign it, and send it back, it would save you having to come over here. Do you want to do
Okay.
that?
Yes.
We need it. We need it
I'm on the
today.
meeting on my phone, but my computer I have actually allows me to sign the document, sign the document in there and post the signature like I did with all the paperwork I sent.
Okay. On a payment plan, we can't take an electronic signature. I'm just looking for
Okay.
it. But if you can print it and take a photograph of it with the
Okay.
signature, that would work. So will that
Okay.
work for you? If not, you
Yeah,
can
of
come
course.
over, but we need it this morning.
Yeah, I'll get it to you as soon as my wife's using our laptop for her school, but she gets done in like 30 minutes. So
Okay.
as soon as that's done, I can take care of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Ms. Warren, you were talking, I believe, with Mr. Harris. Is that right?
Yes. So Mr. Harris and I have come to an agreement. I will reduce the fine to 105. Cost are 81. And Mr. Harris can pay today.
Okay. The court can do the reduction in court and get him moving forward if you don't have any objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, and the plea being no contest.
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Harris, that's your understanding as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Give us a few moments to get that reduction. And if you'll stay online, I'll let you know as soon as I've gotten that executed. And then I'll let you know you can proceed to payment. I don't want you to proceed to payment until I do that.
How do I proceed with payment anyways? Do I go down
You
there
can
and pay?
call, you can call it in, you can go online, or you
Are they
can,
going to charge me fees for using a debit card? Do I
let
need
me
to bring
finish.
cash? Okay.
Let me finish. You can call it in, you can go online, or you can come by the court. If you're using a card, there will be card fees that the vendor charges that we don't, the court doesn't charge a fee. If you come by with a check or cash, there are no fees. Get out. Does that
Okay.
answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
just hold tight. Let me get everything ready for you, and then I'll let you know that it's ready. Okay.
Okay.
So let's do that now. And moving forward then with the pretrial docket, Ms. Ortiz. Ms. Ortiz, you're with your
Yes,
son, you're with your son on the telephone?
yes, I'm with my son on the telephone.
Okay. Ms. Warren, I'm going to go ahead. Ms. Ortiz, I'm going to send you an invitation.
He's waiting for getting to because I don't have my English is not really good.
Got it. Here he is. So I'm going to send both of those, Mr. Ortiz and his mom or brother, sister, I'm sorry, over to the pretrial room. Ms. Warren, see if it works out. And if not, well, that's fine. We'll go from there. Thanks for your patience. So I'm going to go ahead and break down on that one. And I will move forward with Christina Doxey. You'll unmute Ms. Doxy. And good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. And so I did receive your information and your request. And I have already accepted your pleas. We have warrants right now for non-payment. Let me just talk to you a moment. I just want to make sure we're really clear. I don't mind approving and letting you try again. That's fine. And I know you have a new job. But I do want to tell you that I still have the ability to, well, I can lower that payment. You know, things look pretty tight with you financially, and I get that. And I actually, just given the circumstances, I could order community service instead of payment if I did.
I'm no longer in that county, ma'am. I'm in Williamson County.
That's okay. I take community service from all nonprofits that are listed as nonprofits in the state of Texas. So I could do that if you want to do that. And if I did that, let me just kind of give you a sense of what that would look like. That would be 42 hours total. And I could give you 2 months to start out with. I can give you more time, but you would have to keep up with it and inch away at it. You know what I mean?
I understand that, ma'am, but it'd be easier for me to pay it off because of everything that's going on currently in my life with my kids.
Okay. I'm going to lower the requested amount to 25, and you can always pay more and get it done faster.
All right. I appreciate it, ma'am.
Okay. And if I do that, let me ask you a question. What's a good day of the month to do that, to make that payment?
I started yesterday and they told me I will start getting paid on the 2nd of July and I get paid every 2 weeks.
Okay. So every other Friday, let's start, and you can start early if you want, but I'm going to start you with July 30th, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it so much.
That should get you to a few paychecks. Sometimes if you haven't been working for a little bit, you need time to catch up. And we're going to email that to you. I see you might be in Round Rock, and you said Wilco. What I'm going to tell you is that we'll email that to you within about an hour. If you can print it, sign it, and email it back to us, it can be scanned or it can be a photo. Just make sure we can read it. Will that work for you?
Yes, ma'am. That'll work.
Okay, Ms. Doxy, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. And I just appreciate getting the second chance on it. I apologize. I didn't contact y'all before now.
Right. If you run into issues and can't do what you've requested to do today, you know, send an email and talk to us about your options. Don't go back to warrant. It's expensive and it's okay?
Yes, ma'am. This is the first set of warrants I've had ever.
Yeah, I believe you. I just want you to know there are options. No, so that you know not to freeze up. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Keep checking your email till we get you done. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm also going to do some reductions on her. So when you get her pulled up before you set up her payment plan, can I look at her amounts? Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Just going to call and see out some names and see if we have any folks here that I'm somehow missing. I don't think so, but let me just, oh, there we go. I do see some folks I have. Here we go. That's helpful. Okay. So I'm working next with Rufus Jackson. Mr. Jackson, you'll unmute. I'll be right with you. Mr. Jackson. Can you unmute Mr. Jackson?
There you go. Yes,
You are.
ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now
So,
I got it.
yeah. Okay. So I've reviewed all of your information and accepted the plea on your new case. Okay. And then what I want to tell you is that what I can do is order community service. And let me get that number pulled up.
Get a pen.
It's 141 hours for all. There's
140.
yes, there are 6
And
cases.
it's 141 hours.
Yes. And I have a list of places in Bell County where you're living, where you can do the work. And I have a set of rules that need to be followed in order to be properly credited. I'm going to need to ask you to come by to sign for that today.
Come by.
Yes,
Come by where?
the court.
Oh, the court. Okay.
Yes. And we'll have that at the front desk for you. Can you come by in the next hour?
Yes, I can.
That way you can sign for your documents and pick up, it's an extra large packet, how to get your community service done.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. I'm disabled, and I just hope it's not anything that I cannot do.
Okay, let's talk about that. What is the nature of your disability?
I've been disabled since 2003, and I was in a trucking accident, and I have a few problems.
Okay, what kind of limits do you have?
Lifting, not being able to stand very long. But as far as I did community service in Waco, where I worked at this one place where I was disassembling electronic equipment that come in and stuff like that. But if I do whatever I can do. So if whatever's on there that I see that I can do, I will go for that.
Okay, so that's all really good information. What I want to let you know is that if you look through it and you can't find something that you can do, have a discussion with your doctor about it. And if your doctor says you can't do the things that are listed, have him or her put it in writing. Have him or her put it in writing and bring that on or before your due date, which right now is going to be August 31st. Okay.
August 31st.
Right. I can also give you more time if that winds up
Yes,
being
ma'am.
what is needed. Okay. Either
Yes,
or.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, we'll have everything up at the front desk for you. Pretty sure.
Okay. All right then.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor, I need to address Mr. Ortiz.
Yes.
Mr. Ortiz, can you go back into the break room? Can you hear me? Mr. Ortiz, yes. Do you still have a way to go back into the breakout room? You need to go.
He should be.
You need to go explain to your mother how to leave the room and come back into the meeting.
Yeah, he can go back in. Thank you, Ms. Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do you go back into the room?
You just have to re-click on the.
Yeah, hover over and it may say breakout rooms, and you just go back into that room.
So hover over the leave button?
Not the leave, but breakout rooms.
Oh, I see it. I'm sorry, I'm blind over here.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and walk them through, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me stop for just a moment. Let me just wait on Mr. Harrison. So let me see what let me see. So the fine is 105. You have 100. The court costs are 81. She's reduced the fine to 105, and therefore it should be 186.
Te voy a poner en mute.
Okay, Ms. Warren, I think we're working with Ms. Ortiz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So in this case, Ms. Ortiz did change her plea to no contest and showed proof that the property is now in compliance. So in that regard, I have reduced the fine. It's now 200, and they owe court cost of 81, so a total of 281. And the son said that they can pay today with instructions.
All right. So Mr. Ortiz, I've got one ahead of you, but I will get that reduction ready. And once I do, I'll let y'all know. Just hold tight for a moment, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Warren, just moving you forward, your next person is going to be Kelly Baruman. So moving Ms. Baruman, you'll receive an invitation. So we're having trouble with this one, and then we need to get this one with the reduced. Okay. All right. Moving right along. I'll say it wrong, but I'm going to try to be good. Tatiera Hall, Ms. Hall. You were. I have two Halls, by the way. And let me just see. I think that she is somehow no longer on the. Let me double check. She was labeled Shay. Okay, I'm just going to skip that for now. I'll call it again or try to here in a moment. Miranda Hall, I do have you next. And so if you could unmute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And let me get your file pulled. I did read all of the information that you provided, and I have accepted the pleas that you offered, Ms. Hall. And I also have determined that I should be ordering community service.
I do apologize, but you're going in and out. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay. What I would be looking at doing is ordering community service.
Doing
community service instead of payment.
Okay.
Okay. So you're in Temple, correct?
No, ma'am. I'm actually in Killeen. I'm in the process of moving. I do have to go to court tomorrow for eviction. So I did just lose my job, and then the eviction came. So it's just I might be coming back to Temple. So
okay. Well, I need a signature today is what I'm after.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you come by and do a signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna have all that at the front desk, okay?
Okay, and how many hours was that?
58 hours due August 31st.
Okay.
If you aren't done, you can put in an extension on the court online help.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Give me one moment. I need to kind of get clear about something else that we're gonna- Do we have Mr. Harris? Okay, because he's definitely been waiting. And then we need to get the other one. These are both community service. Oh, let me make a note on her. She's coming. The other one you could email. I just wrote that by each of them. How we're communicating. There's a person. Okay, so I'm going to ask real quickly. There's a phone number at the bottom. They went away. Okay. And Javier White asking you to unmute and tell me who you are, please.
Hello?
Hi, what is the name?
Hold on, I can't hear you. I'm probably gonna have to connect you to the car.
I can hear you.
You can.
Yes, but
Okay, I can hear you now.
what's your name, please?
My name is Tytera Hall. I had called in because my laptop died and the Zoom wasn't working, but you guys couldn't hear me.
That's okay. I thought you might be coming back. I knew we had you on here earlier, and I called your case. I can now come back to it, okay? I did have some questions about the information that you provided, and so let me just kind of clarify some things with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the theft charge has fines and costs of $631 because we went to warrant. And it looks like we have, let me just look, a plea. What is your plea to the charge of theft from December 6th of 2020?
It was no contest, and with the warrants, I had to resend the paperwork because I had already sent it, but they said they didn't get it. So, and I was waiting on a call back or an email or something, so I had to resend it. And yeah, that's how they were able to reach out to me, is with stating that.
Okay, well, we have it all now.
Okay.
It shows, you're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. The information you provided, it shows bills, but no income. Do you have income?
Yes, ma'am. I work
Okay.
at Premium Wireless.
Okay. Oh, there, I see that. No, I'm sorry, I apologize. I do see where you provided that. Are you paid every week, every other week? What's the pay?
It's every other week.
So it's a part-time
Part-time.
job?
Yes.
And what day of the week?
It varies, and then I'm kind of like on call. So normally I work Saturday and Sundays, as that's when he's needing me. But I've been trying to find a full-time job because I tried going full-time there, but they just kept me at part-time, and they would never give me extra hours when I asked.
Okay. And then do you have any dependents, any children in the home?
No, but I do help my mom the best that I can take care of my siblings.
Okay. You're living with family?
Yes.
And so they're helping pay those bills?
Yes.
Because I didn't see how you were managing that. What are the bills that are in your name?
Only bill that I actually have in my name is my phone bill, but since I do live with my grandma, of course, I have to put in on, rent, lights, water, and gas.
Right, and I have that you do pay that, or at least you work at it. I'm just not seeing how you pay all these bills.
Well,
right now.
before Premium Wireless, I worked at First Convenience Bank, but I lost that job, so that's the only income that I have for right now, and I have been job hunting.
Okay, now I understand. Things are changing for you. So
Yes.
I can order community service, and that would be 32 hours. And I'm going to give a due date of August 31st. And I can email that all to you, but it's easier if you pick it up because there's quite a bit of information for you to read that tells you how to find a place and places that are friendly to it. Can you come by?
Yes, I can come by today.
Okay. I will have that at the front desk for you. And once you sign saying you know what you have to do, we'll be going, I'll recall the warrant, of course, today, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Right. I'm glad you're not driving. Thank
Okay.
you. All right.
You have a good day.
This is Miss Ortiz. Did we get Mr. Harris? Let's see. Ms. Warren, Ms. Berruman, are we heading to trial or heading to?
Your Honor, I have resolved that case. I am offering a dismissal based on the information given to me by Ms. Berman and my review of the case.
Okay, and you'll be sending that over for me to sign today?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Berman, I'll review that motion. I'm extremely likely to sign it. And then we'll email it to you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Warren.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Warren's email. Okay, thank you. Ms. Berruman, just keep an eye on your inbox over the next 30 minutes to an hour, okay? Well, it may be a little longer. Ms. Warren will usually send that pretty quickly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Harris, we finally have you resolved. We had a little hiccup, and it looks like we got the balance down to the agreed amount of 186. You can phone it in, go online, or come by. Ms. Ortiz and Son, we have that case reduced. You can pay online, by phone, or come by. Mr. Ortiz, what are we?
Yes.
Oh, don't drive and be on video.
I'm parking right now.
Your Honor, I told him that already.
I'm on a job site. Sorry about that.
Well,
It's illegal.
He chose, it's a crime. Don't do that. Are you coming by to pay or going on?
No, online.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay. Is there a website or how do I access that?
Go to the website.
Okay.
Go to City of Temple, Texas.
Yes.
Go to the court section and there's how to pay my ticket.
Okay.
You can also call. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you.
I can leave now, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Harris, you could have left, but I wanted you on here so that you would know when you're clear.
Yeah.
Okay. You're clear.
So I can just go down and pay that. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ms. Warren, we're moving forward to Benny Bowman. Mr. Bowman, you'll unmute. Okay. There we go. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bowman. I'm going to send you an invitation, and you're going to click on that invitation, and that will put you in that room with Ms. Warren. Now, let me just call for people that I was looking for that aren't here. Deborah Black, I don't see. Deborah Black, are you here? It's confirming no show. I have determined that Ms. Black is indigent. I'm going to order community service. It's 71 hours and it's all due. I put notes on here in 60 days. So here's that one. Gary Malone, do you happen to be here? Not seeing Mr. Malone. On Mr. Malone, let me review his file a little more thoroughly. Ms. Corona, let's see. Ms. Dees and Mr. Ramier, we haven't forgotten about y'all. We're just taking turns, okay? Let's see. just reviewing. Well, Mr. Malone, he need, he comes in and he pleads not guilty and wants a pretrial, and then he doesn't show up on his pretrials. He needs to be logged in. He's warranted. He does it repeatedly. I just was saying, I've accepted his plea on his 2 cases that he pled on and given him 30 days to pay. He could pay small amount. His other 3 cases are in warrant. He's scheduled for pretrial. So he'll need to either get on the meeting, or I don't know if he's set for a final pretrial, but that's a meeting with Nicole. I can't do that meeting with him. He needs to be logged in. If he's having trouble logging in, we could maybe help him. I don't know. But if he's not set for a final pretrial, set him for a final pretrial. He keeps changing his plea, so I don't know if we've set him for that walk-in date. But maybe that's the only way we can address it. So let me know what you think on that. I'm glad he's here, but he can't access her this way. He's got to be in that meeting. So if it's only he just can't manage it, let's confirm him on a pretrial date, a final date for him to come in, and set the other cases on probably $30 a month. Okay. Sorry? Yes, the lady, Miss Doxy. That's to scan in. Check it after court, but I think that Aaron has him at the window and we might be able to get him worked out, hopefully. I made notes on the phone too. Thank you, Ms. Warren. I know you've been talking to Mr. Bowman. Are we heading to trial or towards some other alternative?
Your Honor, we have resolved both issues. He had two, the failure to yield the right of way and speeding.
Yes.
He is entering a plea of no contest on the speeding. And I have reduced the fail to yield to costs.
That's a no contest plea with a reduction.
Yes. Mhm. And he did express a need for a payment plan.
Okay. Mr. Bowman, can I just find out, Ms. Warren, the reduction amount?
Cost on the which is 134 on the fail to yield right of way.
Okay, two costs only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Bowman, just hold on a moment. I'm going to move Ms. Warren forward, and then I'll work with you on that. And Ms. Warren, just moving you forward with Dennis Ramier. Mr. Ramier, you'll receive a request to join the breakout room 1.
I heard part of it, Your Honor.
Yeah,
You
hold
say
on.
you're gonna move it somewhere?
Mr. Bowman, can you just wait a moment? There we go. I needed to move them forward. Okay, now what did you ask me?
I just heard part of the conversation. You're gonna move it somewhere or something?
No, I was telling Mr.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Kramer that I was giving him some direction on his case.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sorry.
And I asked you to just wait a moment. Okay? I've got to get those reductions done.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay right there, okay?
Okay.
Just for Mr. Bowman, have you thought about an amount that you could pay each month?
No, ma'am. But let's say $100
Okay. And what's a good day of the month to collect that from?
around the first.
Okay, we'll start with July 1st, okay? And we'll just do that every month. And I do need to get your signature on that payment plan today.
What do I pay it at, ma'am?
The court.
Go down to the temple and pay it?
Yes, go down to the Temple Court, and I need to get your signature today.
I won't be on the first, ma'am. So can we start the next month? I'll be leaving tomorrow, going out of town.
Why don't you pay it before you go?
Okay, well, okay.
So I need you to
Can
come
I
by.
mail it in?
Sir, hang on a moment, okay?
Okay.
I need you to come by today and sign for this
By temple?
Temple Municipal Court where you came before.
Come by Temple Municipal Court.
To sign.
Where I got this paperwork from.
Yes, where we took your picture.
This paperwork.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So come on by today and you can sign up for it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have everything at the front desk for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
I didn't mean to cut him off. I do think he can manage. Free trial no show. Just another no show. Okay. Ms. Warren, I know you've been talking to Mr.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Raymer did change his plea to no contest. I've offered a deferred 90 days, no class, and he'll pay today.
Okay. Thank you. Mr.
Okay.
Raymer, stay right there. I'm going to work with you on getting your documents solved. And Ms. Warren, I'm going to move you forward. Morris Dees is. Mr. Dees, you'll want to accept so that you can go to that breakout room. Okay, Mr. Raymer, let me get your document ready.
Okay.
And what I can do, I see you're in Temple. Now I can email that to you and you can print it and sign it and email back and call in a payment or pay online, or I can just print it and have it ready at the front desk for you. So I'm good with either of those options. What's going to
Yeah,
work?
let's do the second. Yeah, let's do the second one. Just print it out, have it ready, and I'll come to the court and sign it.
Okay. When can we look for you today?
Within the next 2 hours.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, when you get here, just come to the front desk, and if you have any questions, read the document carefully and sign it. They'll make a copy for you. They'll
All right.
also hand you a receipt. If you have any questions, clerks usually can answer basic information questions. If you wind up with questions they can't answer, they can send you a meeting with me. Probably not today, but we can get that set up if you have other
All right.
questions. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Let's come into the windows a little bit. Okay. Ms. Warren, I know you've been talking to Morris Steves, and Morris Steves, you'll need to unmute, and your video is blank.
Yes, ma'am. I unmuted it. My video shows it's working, but I'm not sure why it's not working on your end. I don't see my
Probably,
picture.
yeah, what that normally means is that your lens is covered up. Ms. Warren, what do you say?
We are headed to trial in this matter, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to move you forward with Mr. Corona. Mr. Corona, you'll want to try to get your video working and unmute, but I'm sending you to room 1. You'll need to accept that invitation in order to go there.
Okay.
Mr. Dees.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. We are scheduled for August 25th at 1 o'clock for your final court date for pretrial. We'll see you then.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Is that it?
That's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
When's the final date for Alejandra Corona? Thanks. Okay, Ms. Warren, I'm seeing Alejandra Corona, and we actually have one case in a payment plan and then a violation of the license restriction case. which-
Yes, and she has pleaded no contest after explanation of the charge. I have reduced the fine to $50 and she still owes that court cost of 81.
Okay, and so Ms. Corona, do you want to add that to your payment plan?
Yes, that's fine. I'll probably just pay it all at once
That's
before
fine.
the time due.
Oh, yeah, that would save you some money. I can just start it at a 30 days to pay, and you have up to
Okay.
30 days to make payment. And then if you need to add it to your payment, well, you could. Okay. So Ms.
Okay.
Warren, I'll do that reduction here.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Well, I think we're just looking for one.
One dismissal. Okay, I'll do that right now.
We should be able to wrap you up. Thank you.
Okay.
And Ms. Corona,
Yes, ma'am.
so I will send that 30 days to pay order over to you, and you'll sign that. And then if you wind up needing more time to pay it out, you can ask the clerk and they can add it.
You I couldn't hear you at the end. Sorry.
If you're not able to pay it in 30 days, you need to ask the clerk to add it to the payment plan before the 30 days. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll look to get your signature today, and then we'll email that to you. You can email it back to us today, okay?
Okay. I just have to go up there today to sign.
You can come up here or we can email it to you.
Yeah, if you could email it, that'd be easier.
Okay. And then you email it back to us signed.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we are adjourned for the day.
Okay. Thank you.